Get ready for breaking news. President Ilham Aliyev just shared powerful footage from the opening ceremony of the 13th session of the United Nations World Urban Forum, WUF13, on his social media accounts. This video offers an incredible look into the global discussions shaping our cities and the future of urban development. We dive into what this ceremony means for the world right now. Efforts to rebuild, noting the announcement of how many families have returned to Khankendi, Agdara, and Kojali. This story highlights the human cost of conflict. Finally, we wrap up with developments in international relations and legal proceedings, including the recent court ruling regarding evidence in Luigi Mangiani's state murder trial concerning the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Stay with us as we bring you the latest updates on global politics and justice. Don't miss the rest of the news. President Ilham Aliyev shared a video of the opening ceremony for the 13th session of the United Nations World Urban Forum, WUF13, on his social media channels, highlighting key themes and outcomes of the event. The post featured several significant takeaways from the forum, underscoring global challenges and collaborative solutions. The reported highlights from the WUF13 included discussions on the housing crisis, with UN Habitat emphasizing that housing should not be treated as a commercial instrument. The forum also addressed the impact of demographic changes in Europe on housing policy, noting that over 1 million people, including 400,000 children, are homeless across the continent. The Secretary General noted that the housing issue has become a central challenge on the development and democracy agenda. Several specific regional and development points were also featured. Azerbaijan was noted for its experience in building cities and villages from scratch, and plans were highlighted for residential areas in Karabakh based on the 15-minute city principle. Furthermore, there were announcements regarding the return of families to Khankendi, Agdara, and Kojali, as well as the designation of Shusha and Trabzon as sister cities. The forum also touched upon environmental and sustainable development, with special attention paid to green energy principles in liberated territories and the necessity of integrating housing policy with land management and urban planning reforms. The concept of an inclusive city was stressed as extending beyond physical infrastructure. In broader international relations, the content also included updates on economic and geopolitical matters, such as Azerbaijan and Georgia signing a document on the Western Route export pipeline, and the resumption of Baku-Tbilisi passenger train services from May 26. The post also reflected the president's view that global events, including those in the Middle East, influence everyone. UN Habitat emphasized the crucial role of youth participation in urban development processes, asserting that young people will become the main pillar of communities. The event concluded with numerous successful housing practices being presented within the WUF13 framework, signaling a focus on actionable solutions for urban challenges. Noi Dung Kai Tait. President Ilham Aliyev shared a video of the opening ceremony for the 13th session of the United Nations World Urban Forum, WUF13, on his social media accounts, signaling Azerbaijan's engagement with global urban development discussions. The post highlighted several key themes and statements from the forum, underscoring a multifaceted approach to urban challenges. /n key takeaways from the forum, as shared by the president's post, included critical discussions on housing, where UN Habitat identified key housing crisis issues in collaboration with Azerbaijan and 3 other nations. A central theme emphasized by the UN High Commissioner was the imperative to ensure that housing is not treated as a commercial instrument. Furthermore, the Secretary-General noted that the housing issue has become a primary challenge on the development and democracy agenda. And other significant points from the WUF 13 proceedings covered various international perspectives. The EU Commissioner highlighted the scale of the crisis, noting that over 1 million people, including 400,000 children, are homeless in Europe, while the French urban planning envoy pointed to the serious impact of demographic changes on housing policy. In regional matters, updates were provided on the return of families to Khankendi, Agdara, and Khojaly, and the designation of Shusha and Trabzon as sister cities. And Azerbaijani perspectives were also prominent. Vahid Hajiev stressed the importance of green energy principles in liberated territories, while Gulshan Arzayeva noted that residential areas in Karabakh are being developed based on the 15-minute city principle. The committee noted that housing policy must be integrated with transport, infrastructure, and employment planning, and Ilham Aliyev asserted that the concept of an inclusive city extends beyond physical infrastructure. And beyond urban planning, the forum touched upon broader global and regional issues. Discussions included the need for increased volunteerism in state institutions, the role of the ASEAN model in fostering civil society participation, and the challenges facing the Middle East. In related international developments, Azerbaijan and Georgia signed a document concerning the Western Route export pipeline. Official announcements also included the resumption of Baku-Tbilisi passenger train services starting May 26. The event also featured the inauguration of the India Pavilion at WUF 13 in Baku. The president's post further underscored Azerbaijan's experience in building cities and villages from scratch and noted the growing requests for international cooperation. Baku, Azerbaijan, May 19. Footage from the opening ceremony of the 13th session of the World Urban Forum, WUF 13, has surfaced on President Ilham Aliyev's social media platforms, according to trend reports. The video, shared by the president, features the opening ceremony and is captioned, "Opening ceremony of the 13th session of the UN Habitat World Urban Forum, WUF 13, 1805-2026. The post highlights the event, underscoring the significance of the international gathering focused on global urban issues. The footage was sourced from a YouTube channel associated with Azerbaijan politics. The World Urban Forum remains a key platform for discussions on sustainable urbanization and city development. Luigi Mangiani appeared in court on Monday for a crucial hearing, where a judge established the parameters for evidence in his forthcoming state murder trial concerning the death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Legal reporter Katrina Kaufman from CBS News was present in the courtroom to cover the proceedings. The hearing focused on delineating what items are admissible and inadmissible as evidence in the case. The ruling is a significant development in the legal proceedings against Mangiani.